What is good? What is up? Welcome into the 49ers Report live here on Chat Sports. Chase Senior here with you. Hope all of you out there are having a fantastic Tuesday. San Francisco returning from the bye week, and we are returning live here on the show. Hope you all had a great weekend as well. We have an awesome show on tap for you all today as we talk the latest 49ers news, 49ers rumors. We embrace debate to compare Trey Lance and Justin Fields. Did the 49ers make a mistake in taking Trey Lance above Justin Fields? And, of course, we'll dive into the latest Odell Beckham Jr. buzz. First, though, it's all about you, the audience. 49ers football is back, so I want you to type B for back here in the comment section, and everybody who's tuned in, we'll give you some shout-outs. BK from the Bay, what's good, brother? Steve Cass, Nate Rosario, David V., Gabriel Martinez, Gold Digger 1849, Words of Wisdom, Juan Martinez, Fig, Jerome, Steve, BK, Nakia, Kurt Austin, David Blanco, Alan Trusty, P is pushing P, AZTC Pride, Alex Madrigal, Flaco, Edgar Vega, David V, Gabriel Martinez, Russell Patrick, Byron McCants. Awesome to see everybody who's rocking and rolling with us here on the Niners Report. I was in Florida over the last couple of days celebrating my stepfather's 80th birthday. Had a couple of days during the bye week to reset, refresh, and go on a little vacay. But I'm ready to talk some Niners football. And that's why right now I'm typing my B for back. Because I'm back, baby. We're going to talk OBJ on today's show because Jay Glazer is saying the 49ers could be in a bidding war for his services in NFL free agency. So with that, let me ask you this. Should the Niners sign Odell Beckham Jr.? Give me an S for sign or a P for pass. I just want to gauge where the fan base is at. Also, our live poll right now. The 49ers should have drafted Trey Lance or Justin Fields. Continue to pepper your votes in there. 63% going with Trey Lance, 37% with Justin Fields. By the end of the show, fascinated to see where the people are at. Wet Noodle 187, P. Larry Fort, sign. Gold Digger, sign for the right price. David Blanco, sign. Ha-ha! $5 super chat. We'll get that on the screen here momentarily. Shenzi with the sign. Kobe fans, sign. Angelo Cruz, pass. We'll dive deeper, of course, into OBJ right around the corner. Ha-ha! What's up with your Warriors, man? 0-6 on the road. They going to be all right? Chase is back. I had to listen to Mitchell Renz on Sunday, and it was glorious to listen to the Raiders claps. 3 17-0 leads that the Raiders have given up this year because Josh McDaniels is a fraud. Haha, appreciate that donation. And with that, let's show them the Super Chat menu. Might as well with that $5 Super Chat that came in because, of course, we have the Niner Minor helmet that is back. $20 or more. We'll put your initials on this. All Super Chats get a shout-out. Haha, San Francisco. $10, we'll spin the wheel. $50, shotgun, or a freedom funnel from either me or producer Trizzy Chase. Like I said, the entire show, it's going to be a loaded one. Last week, we had 14,000 people join us for our Tuesday live show. Let's continue to really show the bosses here at Chat Sports that the faithful always shows up and show out. That's why you got to keep commenting. You got to share the video. Most importantly right now, as I give a shout out to our sponsor, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video as fast as you can. Speaking of our sponsor, do you want to become a lord or a lady today? You can do that with Established Titles. Today's 49ers Report is sponsored by Established Titles. Established Titles, a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It is a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds, lords, or ladies in English. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with the crest. We plant a tree with every order and work with global charities, One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future to support global reforestation efforts. You could officially include the title Lord or Lady on your credit card, plane tickets, and dating profiles. It makes a great last-minute gift. The first 200 people purchasing a title pack using our link will effectively be next to my plot and Trace's plot within a few minutes of walking distance, depending on how many of you want to become a Lord or Lady. We can build our 49ers Report empire. Makes for an amazing last-minute gift. Established Titles is actually running a massive early Black Friday sale right now with discounts up to 80% off. Plus, if you use the code CHAT, you get an additional 10% off. So go to establishedtitles.com/chat to get your gifts now and help support the channel. One more time, establishedtitles.com/chat. Abby is putting that link in the comment section and the description of this video. Do want to ask you this question, because tomorrow on the show, if nothing else happens, I do plan on talking about this. Who is better right now? Tom Brady, type TB, Aaron Rodgers, type AR. The better quarterback right now, because Albert Breer is saying over the weekend that it wouldn't surprise him if Tom Brady were to sign with the Niners after this year. I think both of them are very frustrated with their current situations, and I don't think it's out of line, out of play for one of those guys to be the future quarterback for this team in 2023. TBAR, who do you like right now? Alex, we'll start off with you. Let's scroll back up. Tom Brady, Steve Cass, going AR. Nakia, Tom Brady. Chua, Tom Brady. Raul, Brady. Jay's World, TB12. David Blanco, TB12. Robin, Aaron Rodgers. Fred Davis, Tom Brady. Kobe, Rodgers. Words of Wisdom, TB with AR as a backup. That would be the most loaded 1-2 punch in a quarterback room in the history of the NFL, even if both of them were washed. JC, sad news, I did not win the $1.9 billion. JC, sorry to hear that. If I were to win it, I'd give everybody in the chat here money, but I didn't win it either, and that's definitely unfortunate. Westboy, TB12. So let me answer this. I'd go with Tom Brady. If it was a one-on-one matchup, Bucs versus Packers right now, I think Brady wins that quarterback matchup. I think he's the better QB right now, even though he's a little bit older. And I like what he brings to the locker room and leadership qualities better than Aaron Rodgers. I just do. I think the body language and Aaron Rodgers kind of calling out his teammates is somewhat problematic, so give me TB. We will be answering your questions as we always do here on the show. So how do you get involved? It's very easy. For those of you here for the first time, or for those of you who haven't really been involved in our shows at all in the past. Super Chat, guaranteed to be on the show. Hashtag 49ers, you have a chance to be on the show. So make sure you get those questions, those comments, those takes in by using the Super Chat function, which is the dollar icon right below the chat, because a lot of you are in the chat right now. Or you can use the hashtag 49ers so that producer Trace can filter through everything and get you featured on the show as well. 240 people watching live right now. Start getting those questions, those comments, those takes in, and get ahead of the ball. If you're ready to start the show, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. 245 people watching live right now. There is no reason that in 1 minute we cannot get to 100 likes. For me, I like to challenge myself on the daily basis. I want you to challenge yourselves. In the next minute, can we get to 100 likes before we start the show? We're 35 away now because I see a lot of people are participating, and that's what we're about here at Chat Sports. We just want to hear from you, and we want to involve you in our shows. And basically, we want to make this party even bigger. How do we make the party bigger to attract more people? We spread the word. And as part of that, we like the video, we comment, and we subscribe. 92 likes already. We about to get there before 40 seconds. We're at 93. 5 seconds left until 40. Either way, we're trying to beat that minute mark. We about to get there. Bang, bang, Niner gang, we did. 100 likes on the docket. Let's show them the Super Chat menu one more time. We're about to talk OBJ, Trey Lance, and Justin Fields. In the meantime, though, make sure you get those Super Chats in, those questions in. This is our Super Chat menu for today's show. $5, I'll give you San Francisco. like we gave $10. We'll spin the wheel. Couple of really good things on here. We'll freestyle rap again. 16-bar king, where are you at? Beat LA, because the Niners taking on the Chargers, who have no fan base. We'll do some push-ups, or we'll do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. Because remember when he was the governor of California? Go Chargers! Nobody cares about the Chargers, Arnold. So that is our Super Chat menu. Plus, $50 will shotgun or we'll freedom funnel. Continue to hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. Continue to comment, subscribe, share the show, and we're getting it all underway right now because we're only getting started. Niners country, bang, bang, let's mine. What's good and welcome in. You're watching the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. Jay Senior here with you. No matter where you are or how you're tuned in, greatly appreciate your support of the 49ers Report. We're going to get to that debate. Should the 49ers have drafted Justin Fields over Trey Lance? First, though, big topic right now in the NFL conversation, all centering around Odell Beckham Jr. and where he's going to land in NFL free agency. And for the purpose of this show, could he come to the San Francisco 49ers? Jay Glazer, Fox Sports, saying OBJ expected to be cleared this week, paving the way for him to sign with the team, and in the coming weeks, he could be active. Now, John Lynch was asked about OBJ being available by Maiocco of NBC Sports Bay Area the other day, and here's what John Lynch had to say, opening up the door for OBJ to maybe rock a Niners uniform after last year he was playing for the rival Los Angeles Rams. The Niners GM saying this, quote, "Look, we never say no. We're always looking to get better, and it's a rarity when you have a player of that ilk and some other names out there that still might be available, and we will always look." So Kyle Shanahan last week was asked about Odell Beckham Jr. Now it's the general manager being asked about OBJ. And when it's one of the more notable and trustworthy reporters, Matt Maiocco, asking these questions, which have then yielded some answers, you read the tea leaves here, and I do think that there is some interest from the 49ers in OBJ's market. Also, we talked last week about Adam Schefter saying that the Niners wanted OBJ and were interested in him last year. A good business practice, whether you're running an NFL franchise or you're running Apple, Microsoft, even a small business out there, you always look to improve your employees. You always look to improve your roster. And that's exactly what the 49ers would be able to do by bringing in Odell Beckham Jr. This guy can still play. This guy is still a good player. He might not be in his prime anymore, but if he's your slot wide receiver over Jawan Jennings alongside Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, with the healthy Elijah Mitchell, in that backfield with Christian McCaffrey, it would make the Niners a better football club. As for the odds to land Odell, the 49ers, according to the odds makers, not currently on this list, but according to Jay Glazer, the 49ers are an interested team. The Cowboys leading the way here at plus 250 because Jerry Jones said on the radio on Tuesday morning, that Cowboy star would look good on OBJ. The Packers are desperate for wide receiver help. 3-1 odds, which translates to a 25% chance of landing him. His old team, the Giants, are in the mix, as well as the Lambs, the Buccaneers, and the Chiefs and Bills, rounding everything out at plus 1,200. Going back to Jay Glazer, here's what he said over the weekend about Odell Beckham Jr. I have learned he will be ready and cleared by the end of this week, full clear, no limitations at all. Then after that, it's just up for a team to get his conditioning up and obviously get a playbook down. It's probably going to be a team that can go win a ring right now. I know Von Miller was trying to get him up there to Buffalo. A team like San Francisco, the Dallas Cowboys, and he still has some love for the Rams. I think there's going to be a big bidding war for Odell Beckham Jr., and of course the 49ers could be involved in those conversations as well. So it is certainly interesting, right? Because OBJ would give Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch one of the more dynamic offensive assets and overall offenses that they've had since they took this franchise over in 2017, and it really wouldn't be close. If the Niners do sign OBJ, if they make another move, if there's a big rumor out there, when breaking news happens, you know who has you covered? Your boy right here, because this is what we do, and this is the standard for Niners Talk here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, lock us in. We're less than 500 people away from 67,000 subscribers. We're going to continue this conversation in a moment. First, though, with the holidays coming up around the corner, do you want a perfect gift for a friend, family member, or somebody who you care about? The 49ers Report is sponsored by Established Titles. Established Titles, a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It is a project based on a historic Scottish custom, which we're showing you right here, where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land right on this plot in which the drone is hovering over, and with the unique plot on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland. And an official certificate, like we're showing you here on your screen, I have my own with a crest. We plant a tree with every order and work with global charities, 1 tree planted and trees for the future to support global reforestation efforts. You could officially include the title Lord or Lady on your credit card, plane tickets, and dating profiles. It makes for a great last-minute gift, and the first 200 people purchasing a title pack using our link will effectively be next to my plot and producer Trace's plot within a few minutes of walking distance. Depending on how many of you want to become a lord or a lady, we can build our little 49ers Report kingdom. It makes an amazing last-minute gift. Established Titles is actually running a massive early Black Friday sale right now with discounts up to 80% off. Plus, if you use the code CHAT, you get an additional 10% off. So go to establishedtitles.com/chat to get your gifts now and help support the channel. We will put this link right here in the comment section as well as the description of this video. Grab a plot of Scottish land right next to your boy here. As for what OBJ did last year, not much with the Cleveland Browns. He was actually really good, in my opinion, with the Los Angeles Rams. And in the Super Bowl, if he stayed on the field and he didn't get injured, he could have won Super Bowl MVP. With the Rams and Matthew Stafford slinging him the rock, 44 catches, 537 yards, 12.2 average yards per catch with 5 touchdowns. So it goes to show you that OBJ can still play. So with that, I do want to pose this question. We talk about OBJ and him being available. Of course, the Niners don't have a lot of money to give him, but it's a fascinating name nonetheless. Do you think San Francisco should ink that deal? I want you to hear from you in the comment section right now and give me an S for sign or a P for pass. Let me know right now. Coming up next on the show, a Trey Lance update from general manager John Lynch as he continues to recover from that gruesome ankle injury. Plus, have to touch on this Justin Fields Trey Lance debate because they were both members of that 2021 NFL draft class. So, to John Lynch, did that interview with Matt Maiocco, as he often does, and he talked about Trey Lance's recovery and offered an update on how he's doing right now and said some really nice things about him. You know what you have to do? Exactly what Trey Lance is doing already, and that's to be a man possessed on recovery and doing everything possible. That's what Trey's doing. He's living here. He's in our team meetings, which has been awesome to see. I think it lifts the guys. He's invested in this team, but he's also invested in the healing process. That was frustrating for him early on because it was a non-weight-bearing thing. So he was on that little scooter for a while, which guys were having fun with him about. Now he's on the crutches, partial weight-bearing. But he's doing okay, and he's grinding. He's convicted to come back and put himself in the best position to be a guy for this team moving forward, and that's what it takes, that kind of single-mindedness, and he has it. It's one of the reasons why we brought him here. And everything that John Lynch is saying here, folks, doesn't come as a surprise at all. Lynch even mentioned it. That's one of the reasons why we brought him here. Going back to North Dakota State, where, by the way, he was running a pro scheme. He ran the most plays for quarterbacks under center among all quarterbacks in the draft class in 2021. On top of that, though, and him having just unlimited ability, It's the character. It's the leadership qualities. It's the work ethic. It's having those qualities that are needed, the prerequisites for being the face of a franchise and a franchise quarterback. Now, of course, his career has not gotten off to an ideal start. Last year, then this year with the injury. But the fact that he has this type of mentality bodes well for him moving forward. So to send some good vibes to Trey and continued recovery for him, how about you type 5 in the comment section to wish him well? As for the debate that's going on right now, the latest chatter after Justin Fields' performance against the Miami Dolphins, and honestly, over the last month or so, a lot of Niner fans and the faithful very fired up right now, saying San Francisco should have drafted Justin Fields ahead of Trey Lance. Now, I'll tell you this. The difference between Justin Fields and Trey Lance is the snaps that they're getting. It's the experience that one quarterback is getting as compared to Trey Lance. Justin Fields is proof of what happens when a quarterback has time to develop, is actually getting game reps and game experience, allowing him to learn the rigors of the NFL. Justin Fields has had that luxury. Trey Lance has not. Trey Lance, going all the way back to 2019 at North Dakota State, combined with his experience in the National Football League since getting drafted number 3 by the Niners, has only started a combined 21 games going all the way back to 2019. And last year, Justin Fields in Chicago during his rookie campaign, it looked rough. To start the season here in 2022, he was struggling mightily. And as you can see, with more experience, we've seen the growth from Justin Fields. And outside of Lamar Jackson, he's probably the most dynamic running quarterback in the NFL. And as he's been able to sling the rock a little bit more and kind of learn the offense under new offensive coordinator Luke Getsy, he's progressed as a passer. Weeks 1 through 4 completion percentage, sub 51, 471 total pass yards, 147 rushing yards, a touchdown to turnover ratio of 3-5, and his quarterback rating was abysmal at 58.7. But how about the experience? It's benefited him greatly, and keep in mind that Darnell Mooney is his number 1 wide receiver, which isn't ideal. Trey Lance hasn't had this wiggle room. Trey Lance hasn't had this cushion to develop. Justin Fields has. And because of that, you saw what he was able to do in weeks 6 through 9, where his quarterback rating over the last month has been nearly 100. I also like what Chicago has been able to do with their play calling under Getsy. Early in the year, I didn't think that they tapped in to what Justin Fields does well. But now they've catered the offense to his mobility. They've called some quarterback boots to get him on the move. They've called some design quarterback runs, and they're tapping in to what Fields does well. I didn't think that Kyle Shanahan really did that with Trey Lance. He ran him into the ground, and I would have loved to have seen what Lance was able to do throwing the football with the occasional RPO and the 49ers' dominant ground game with a Jimmy Garoppolo game plan. Justin Fields has had the experience and the time to develop. Trey Lance has not. And I think that Lance could have been the better quarterback and would have been if he didn't get injured, if he had some of those factors on his side. So to say right now that the Niners should have drafted Fields over Lance, it's way too early to say that, and a lot of factors factor in to that conversation. So I've said what I've had to say about this. I want to hear from you right now. Pick a young quarterback. You go in Trey Lance, you go in Justin Fields. Get that conversation going right now in the comment section. Sound off and embrace debate. All right, let's hear from you. This is our live poll right now. The 49ers should have drafted 64% Trey Lance, 36% Justin Fields. How about what people are saying in the comment section? Josh McBride, my man, you've been DMing me a lot. I do appreciate it. I've been busy, haven't been able to get back to all of them, but I do appreciate you reaching out. He's going Lance. Gabriel Martinez, Lance. Sean Thompson, Lance. Kobe Fan, Lance. McNeil Gaming, Lance. David Corona, what up, brother? Lance. OBJ, Damaged Goods from G-Rod, Larry Fort, Lance. Byron McCants, Lance. I'm barely seeing, if any, Justin Fields. So a lot of you agree with me. Sometimes it's good to disagree, but it goes to show you where the people are at. Brent Smith with the only Justin Fields that I've seen. Lance by a lot. from Haha. David V, Lance. David Corona, what up, bro? Salute, man. I'm picking Apollo Creed from Randy. Apollo Creed 3 coming out, I think, at the start of 2023. I saw that the other day. All right, if you want to get involved in the show, a couple ways for you to do that. You can super chat us like Haha did a little bit earlier, or better yet, use the hashtag 49ers because that's for free. If you do want to send in a super chat, guaranteed to be on the show, but also we have some fun super chat games cooked up for you today on our Tuesday live show. All super chats get a shout out. $5 super chat will give you the San Francisco chant. $10 will spin the wheel. And on the wheel today, freestyle, beat LA, we'll do some push-ups or we'll impersonate Arnold Schwarzenegger. $20 or more, we'll put your initials on a sticker and get you on the minor helmet, which is filling up very quickly. The largest super chat, which is right now Ruben Bocanegra, $100. We'll send this to you once we get it all filled up. You can beat that number if you want. And for a $50 super chat, a shotgun or a freedom funnel from myself and producer Trace. 390 people watching live right now, 147 likes. Can we get to 200 likes by the end of this upcoming segment? If you like what you're seeing and you love the show and you love the Niners, make sure you hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. We're going to further the conversation coming up. Bang! David V, let's go! Putting his initials on the minor helmet. As soon as that super chat is able to get in the system, we'll get it on the screen here. David V, you're the man. David V, LFG Niners. Today's MVP, David V. We can put that into a graphic trace if you want. David V, let's go. Putting your initials on the minor helmet. Any
David
super chat
V,
that comes
60.
in, $20 or more, we got you.
David V, 63, he's today's MVP.
Bang.
David V, 63, he's today's MVP. David V, 63, he's today's MVP. David V, 63, he's today's MVP. Woo!
Let's go, David V. Ha-ha! With the 10.
Haha, if you send 5, Chase, would you give him a sticker if you send him another 5?
Another 5?
Because he's at 15.
You get a sticker as well, haha. That'll be 20. Usually it's 20 or more, but you're my boy, haha. I got you. David V going on the helmet. My man. David V, 63. He's today's MVP. David V. Let's see. Where is it? We got you. Patriot Fighter. So a couple super chats that came in. We'll also get those on the back end of this upcoming segment here. Haha with the 10, so we spin the wheel. We'll spin the wheel for haha. The way Mahomes was running for first downs and the way Trey is running should be used off script when the D is taken by surprise. Spin it. We're going to spin it, and that's a great point, haha. Like, don't call designed quarterback runs inside zone for Trey Lance. Now, I did not think that Kyle Shanahan was trying to injure Trey Lance. That's where I disagreed with people. But selective runs. And yeah, Patrick Mahomes, Sunday Night Football, he was absolutely marvelous in helping the Chiefs, come back in that game against a really good defense. So, haha, we'll spin the wheel for you. We'll see where it lands. Beat LA! Beat LA! Beat LA! Beat LA! Spin it one more time for the other one that came in. Patriot Fighter! Oh, I got to do push-ups. 20 push-ups here. Trace is going to turn the camera around. I'll hop over here. He'll pop it up. And when he pops it up, I'll start doing the push-ups. 20 push-ups for the $10 super chat from Patriot Fighter. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20!
Gotta hold it down there. Gotta hold it down there at the end.
You gotta let it burn a little bit. You gotta let it burn
in
just
the
a little bit.
pecs. Bust it out, bro, from Patriot Fighter. We got you, brother. You send in some super chats, we'll do some push-ups. Go Chargers chant. freestyle and beat LA. Who else is doing what we're doing? There's another look at the Super Chat menu. And then we will continue to progress on our live show. Coming up next, how the 49ers can dominate the Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday Night Football. And at the back end, if you send in a Super Chat, we will get to that as well. Ha ha! Another 5. We'll put ha ha on a sticker now. I got 5 on it.
Ha-ha's got 5 on it.
Ha ha.
Ha ha. Ha ha.
You want your name on the Miner helmet? $20 Super Chat. We got you. You betcha.
Ha-ha is saying that was a nice pause when your push-ups.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
Go Niners, go Warriors.
It was very nice.
Ha ha. All right. Let's talk some Niners Chargers coming up. Still got some injury news to get to on our final segment. And hey, we'll stay live as long as y'all keep the party going. LFG, let's go. All right. Let's keep it moving here on the show. 30 likes away from 200. We better get there by the end of this segment. I'm challenging all of you right now. This is the San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports. Chase Senior here with you. Hope all of you out there are having a fantastic day. On the show today, another fantastic one cooked up for you. I'm going to break down how the San Francisco 49ers can annihilate and dominate the Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday Night Football. But first, we will be doing another watch party for this game. Partying late on a Sunday night. Then after our watch party concludes, we'll stay live on YouTube, but we'll also go live on Call-In, a live interactive podcasting app in which you can call into the show to interact with me. You see the link down below, chatsports.com/49ers Call-In. Download the app on your iPhone or your Android devices today so that you can join us to break all things down Niners. Okay. Let's start to preview this game against the Los Angeles Chargers. Really excited here to convey my thoughts on this matchup. And this is one that the 49ers should really come out in a victorious fashion because the Chargers are horrible against the run, so their weakness falls into the 49ers' strength. The Niners are getting the healthiest that they've been all year, and the Chargers are really banged up, coming off a physical win against the Atlanta Falcons. So the Chargers defense against the run the last 6 weeks, it's been one of the worst units in the National Football League, and they are giving up an NFL worst in terms of yards per carry at well over 5. In the last 6 weeks, they have not been able to stop the run, and this is what the 49ers do well, it being the backbone of what Kyle Shanahan likes to do offensively, especially now with having Christian McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell back against the Jags. Chargers defense, 36 carries, 151 yards allowed. Against the Texans, 14 carries for 131. They gave up 213 to Nick Chubb and the Cleveland Browns. The only game over the last 6 that they surrendered less than 100 yards came against the Denver Broncos, but that offense is anemic. They surrendered 34 carries and 213 yards to the Seahawks and 35 totes, 201 yards last week to the Atlanta Falcons as they narrowly escaped with the win as Cameron Dicker the kicker, came through with the game-winning field goal late in the game. Also, Kyle Shanahan has faced Chargers head coach Brandon Staley twice. It was when Staley was the defensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams back in 2020, and the same numbers that we just talked about was the same success that Shanahan had against that Staley defense. 2-0 against Staley back in 2020. Both of those games came with Nick Mullins as the starting quarterback. That was really during the stretch of when Shanahan was still owning Sean McVay being his daddy. 19 carries for 113, 33 carries for 112 in those two matchups that year. So with that, I do want to pose this question. Elijah Mitchell's going to be back. Christian McCaffrey playing his third game in a Niner uniform. Who will have more rushing yards against the Chargers on Sunday Night Football. CM for Christian McCaffrey, run CMC, or EM for Elijah Mitchell. I'm thinking that McCaffrey, of course, is going to get a lot of carries. Elijah Mitchell might not get as many carries because he's coming off of injury, but McCaffrey can also be used as a pass-catching threat as well. To Elijah Mitchell, let's get you caught up on what's going on with him. No longer RB1 because that is McCaffrey's job, but after that Jeff Wilson trade, he immediately vaults up the depth chart to RB2. The Chargers allowing 5.7 yards per carry. Mitchell expected to return following that knee injury that he suffered in Week 1 against the Chicago Bears. And if you remember, all the way back to the opening week of the season, he was playing great. And when he went out, that's when the Niners offense started to sputter. And then Elijah Mitchell also top 5 in rushing yards per game as a rookie. So last year we saw he has the pedigree, he has the ability. Unfortunately for him, though, he has not been healthy enough as he's been off injured in a year and change since getting drafted out of Louisiana. Some weird stats, though. You think about the Niners coming off the bye week. They haven't been good, as we're about to talk about, but also in these primetime spots, specifically on Sunday Night Football, the Niners have lost 3 straight games on Sunday Night Football. The last win, of course it came against the Los Angeles Rams back in 2020. As for Kyle Shanahan, in his Niners tenure coming off the bye week, San Francisco, even with an extra week to prepare and rest, just 2-3 since 2017, since he was hired as head coach back in 2017. So something to note there. Hopefully Shanahan able to even up that record at 3-3. He's been able to really game plan a very good script to start games offensively, but now that the Niners are healthy, now that the Niners have some momentum after another dominant win against the Rams, hopefully that carries over against the other team in Los Angeles that also no one cares about in the Chargers. So who you got on Sunday Night Football? Another reminder, we'll be live on YouTube for a watch party, live after the game on Colin. SF for the Niners, LAC for the Los Angeles Chargers. Get those game predictions in right now. The 49ers Report is sponsored today by Established Titles, a brand new sponsor here at Chat Sports. Save an extra 10% for a perfect holiday gift by heading to establishedtitles.com/chat. This is a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It's a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, the land that we're showing you right here where you can be a landowner. Scotland, and an official certificate with the crest comes with your purchase, and they also plant a tree with every order and work with global charities, One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future, to support global reforestation efforts. You could officially include the title Lord or Lady on your credit card, plane tickets, and dating profiles. It makes for a great last-minute gift, and the first 200 people purchasing a title pack using our link will effectively be next to my plot within a few minutes of walking distance. Depending on how many of you want to become a Lord or a Lady, we can build our own 49ers Report empire in Scotland. Makes for an amazing last-minute gift, as I said. Established Titles is actually running a massive early Black Friday sale right now with discounts up to 80% off. Plus, if you use the code CHAT, you get an additional 10% off. So go to establishedtitles.com/chat to get your gifts now and help support the channel. Like I said, Black Friday is going to be here before we know it. Establishedtitles.com/chat. We'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. More keys to a Niners win and how they can dominate against the Chargers. Target Brandon Ayuk. We know that Deebo Samuel, one of the more prolific weapons in the National Football League, but Ayuk has been that over time, and you might not even know it. He's making himself some money right now, as we talked about last week, putting together a really impressive stretch. Take a look at his numbers over the last 17 regular season games. He has emerged as wide receiver number 1 in this offense. 108 targets, 75 receptions, more than 1,000 yards, and 7 touchdowns. So this would be a regular season sample size, which are exceptional numbers for Brandon Ayuk. And of note, he's putting up these numbers in a run-oriented offensive attack under head coach Kyle Shanahan. And this Chargers secondary, they're banged up. They have failed to reach expectations. They're also without their number one free agent acquisition. Remember last year, we were talking about J.C. Jackson, maybe Charvarius Ward, as being a cornerback target for the Niners in free agency? Well, it worked out well. Not only is Charvarius Ward the better player, at least this year as compared to J.C. Jackson, not only was he cheaper, he's still playing, he's not hurt, and J.C. Jackson out for the year. So the Niners should be able to have success on the ground, but also in the air against that Chargers defense. Better pure wide receiver is who? If we're talking overall weapon, a lot of you will say Deebo Samuel and type your DS. But who is the better pure wide receiver? I actually think it's Brandon Ayuk. I'm going to type my BA. Let's go, Brandon. Now, to that Chargers defense. We've talked about them, right? But we have to talk about the Chargers offense as well. This tweet from Dan Orlovsky of ESPN is pretty wild, and it goes to show you the ineptitude that the Chargers have had with their offensive coordinator, Joe Lombardi, this year, which is mind-numbingly bad because Justin Herbert is so gifted. The Chargers against the Falcons last week went the whole first quarter against Atlanta and didn't call a single pass that could potentially be thrown past 7 yards. How are you doing that with Justin Herbert, who has a bazooka and a cannon for an arm? If you don't pressure him, he will carve you up, and he has the weapons to have a lot of success through the aerial attack. And the Niners expected to get Jason Verrett back for the first time this year since suffering that torn ACL in Week 1 last year against the Lions. So another key is to pressure Justin Herbert, because if you don't, my gosh, he can have a field day. And the Niners had the dogs to do so. You take a look at their sack leaders here. Nick Bosa, once again in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. I think he's been better than Micah Parsons, but because Parsons plays for the Cowboys and everybody gets hyped up about his sack numbers and versatility, people don't want to talk about Bosa being better than him, but I actually think he is as a pure pass rusher. 8.5 sacks this year. Ebukam has 3.5. Charles Omenihu with 3. And how about Drake Jackson? Drake Jackson, with 3 sacks this year, continues to be one of the best rookie edge rushers in the National Football League. So that is how the Niners can dominate the Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday Night Football. I expect them to win. I'm thinking a 30-20 game. They're 7.5-point favorites going into primetime on Sunday. Let's take a look at some of your Super Chats that came rolling in. Haha, with the $10 Super Chat. The way that Mahomes was running for first downs is the way that Trey's running should be used off script when the defense is taken by surprise. Spin it. Yeah, so you think about Patrick Mahomes on Sunday Night Football against the Tennessee Titans. The improvisational nature in which he played with was insane. And the off-script plays that he was able to make, backbreakers for a very good Tennessee defense. And that's how the Chiefs were able to come back. They thought that they had Patrick Mahomes bottled up, but he does such a good job of climbing the pocket, getting out to his right, or even throwing against his throwing arm, getting out to the left, and just buying time to make a play. Like, how many times you see Patrick Mahomes get pressured, he's sidestepping guys, and then he's stepping back and just unleashing some ridiculous throw by dropping down his arm angle and stuff like that, and his running ability. He doesn't run by design, he runs when he has to. Kyle Shanahan was calling way too many designed runs for Trey Lance. So in that regard, I agree with I'd like to see Trey Lance used less as a runner, and I talked about that all throughout the offseason. Patriot Fighter with the $10 Super Chat. Would the 49ers sign Tom Brady? Think about the weapons he would have. Bang, bang, Niner gang. So Albert Breer saying over the weekend, last weekend, that he wouldn't be surprised if Tom Brady, who is a free agent in 2023, were to leave the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to come back to his hometown team and join forces with the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I did tweet this out the other day. Looking at Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, they look miserable in their current circumstances and in their current situations. And I think things are a little bit bleak for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady sees that. And when he's as old as he is right now, 45 years old, he had his divorce with Giselle. If he wants to continue playing, he wants to maximize his ability to win another Super Bowl championship. And if it's not with Tampa Bay, he's not going to return. He's going to go to a team that is geared up to chase another Lombardi trophy. And perhaps no other team in the NFL has more of a quarterback need with a roster that is ready to win a Super Bowl championship than the Niners. And of course, that history is there. He thought about going to San Francisco before going to the Bucs. He grew up rooting on the Niners. Joe Montana was his favorite quarterback. He'd like to play with Kyle Shanahan, in my opinion, because of all the weapons there that could take pressure off of him, and he'd be able to rely on maybe the best ground game that he's had as a quarterback in the NFL. So I do think there's a possibility there. You heard it here first, because I've been talking about this over the last 2 years that it could happen, and I still think it could happen. And when people tweet me, say, Chase, you're talking about the future as if 2023 is the future. Tomorrow is the future. 2023 is the future. The Niners have to plan for the future. And I guarantee you, they're having these conversations right now as for whether or not they should go after a Tom Brady or an Aaron Rodgers if they're available. Now, Brady would be the more affordable quarterback because he's going to be a free agent, whereas Aaron Rodgers will not be. He might have to demand the trade. But let me ask you this question with these two quarterbacks here, potential targets, and they could be a bridge quarterback to Trey Lance still. Who's better right now? Here in 2022. Who would be better in 2023 for the Niners? TB for Tom Brady, AR for Aaron Rodgers. Let me know who you'd go with among these two NFL greats. All right, let's give you some shout-outs here. $50 in Super Chats. Let's go. Haha, how many pull-ups can you do, Chase? I'd bust out 10. I'd say that's not my forte. I'm on day, I think, 99 of doing 100 push-ups for 100 consecutive days. So the push-up game, I do 100 a day. Pull-ups, a little bit difficult. I got to get that strength up. There's no doubt about that, haha. All right, let's see what the people are saying here. We got to 200 likes by the end of the segment. Good job by everybody. I know we do it. Sean Choice, old-ass quarterbacks. I want Mac Jones. You want Mac Jones over Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers? I'd rather go Trey Lance over Mac Jones. All right, Big Sky, Brady. Abel, Brady. Chualor, Brady. Let Brady retire as a Buccaneer from Frisco 415. Trey Lance from Bronx. Hey, good third option. Big Ram, Rodgers. Josh McBride, Brady. Jermail, Rodgers. TB, it would only be right from JW. I agree. Jonathan, Brady as well. King Mufasa, Jimmy is staying. That could be wild too. DTG, should we get Odell for 10 mil? The Niners don't have 10 mil to give him, but they are in the running for him, in my opinion. All right, we're going to round out the show with a little mailbag and some major 49ers injury news. But make sure you get those questions in by using the hashtag 49ers or Super Chat, because we are going to answer your questions as part of our mailbag. So hashtag 49ers or Super Chat. And if you want to send in a Super Chat, here's our Super Chat menu. All Super Chats on the program, we give you a shout out. $5, a San Francisco chant. $10, we'll spin the wheel. A couple of good things on this. Push-ups, beat LA, go Chargers to impersonate and make fun of Arnold Schwarzenegger. And we'll also freestyle. We've done the push-ups. We did the beat LA. And that's all we've done here on the spinning wheel. $10, we'll spin the wheel for you. Biggest Super Chat to beat so far is $20, and any $20 or more Super Chat that comes in, we put your initials on this minor helmet, and for a $50 Super Chat, we'll do a shotgun, we'll do a freedom funnel, we'll continue the party here on the San Francisco 49ers Report. Nearly 400 people watching live. Continue to hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. I'm just going to flood the comment section showing y'all some love. LFGSF, because we appreciate everybody for tuning in. G-Rod. So you guys want an old quarterback with no mobility? Hey, you win a lot of Super Bowls with quarterbacks who don't have a lot of mobility. Gabriel Martinez using that hashtag 49ers. Get those questions, those comments, those takes in by using the hashtag 49ers. All right, coming up next, some major Niners injury news to get to. Then we'll answer your questions, so make sure you get those questions in now. We'll start answering those in about 5 minutes. 49ers taking on the Chargers on Sunday Night Football here coming up. Of course, we'll be doing a watch party for it on Sunday night. On today's show, a lot of big 49ers injury news items to get to. We're going to go through some of the more notable injury developments. Of course, Jawan Jennings and Deebo Samuel did return to practice this week, but a lot of important nuggets to get to on the Niners injury report. Then we'll start taking your questions. A reminder, though, we will be going live on Callin after our watch party concludes. We will stay live on YouTube, but then we'll go live on Callin to start taking your calls. If you've never joined us on Callin, it's a live interactive podcasting app that allows you to call into the show, which is kind of like Twitter Spaces, but even better, or your local sports talk radio show. Win or lose, we go live to hear from the faithful. So make sure you download the app on your App Store or your Google Play Store. We put QR codes on the screen here. If you do have an iPhone, scan that QR code to the left. If you have an Android device, you can scan that QR code to your right. It's awesome to be able to answer and read your questions on YouTube. It's another to actually be able to hear your voices. So we'll put those download links in the comment section and the description of this video. Maybe the most notable injury development for the Niners, it's Elijah Mitchell. He had his practice window open this week to return from IR. He suffered a sprained MCL all the way back in week 1 against the Chicago Bears. And isn't it crazy how we're about to enter week 10 of the 2022 NFL season? At the start of it, you're like, man, we got a couple of months of football. And then before you know it, the season progresses so quickly and it just goes in the rear view. And already we're progressing very quickly throughout our show and throughout our season here on the 49ers Report. Because of the trade of Jeff Wilson, you're going to see a lot of significant snaps for Elijah Mitchell, and he's up there with some of the best RB2s in the NFL. He will occupy that spot after the trade of Jeff Wilson. To the defensive side of the ball, Azeez Al-Shaair. This is great news here. He's been on IR with a sprained MCL. His practice window, like Elijah Mitchell, opened this week. He suffered his MCL injury against the Denver Broncos on Sunday Night Football when he kind of collided with Russell Wilson, and because of that, he suffered a calf injury, and the linebacking core could get bolstered. Dre Greenlaw has been dealing with a calf injury. We'll see what happens with him on Sunday Night Football. Either way, getting Azeez Al-Shaair back with this defense is huge news for D'Amico Ryans and the crew. And then along the trenches, Colton McKivitz suffered an MCL sprain in week 4 against the Rams. He is the Niners' top backup offensive swing tackle, and offensive line depth is so critically important throughout the rigors of an NFL slate. Offensive line has been a big surprise this year. Chris Forster, the offensive line coach for the Niners, does deserve a lot of props for the development of Spencer Burford, for Aaron Banks not giving up a sack this year, and then the overall coaching along that entire offensive line, which does include Colton McKivitz. Before we start taking your questions, there is a move that I do want to talk about this week. Wide receiver Tajae Sharpe was signed to the practice squad, well-traveled and pretty well-accomplished veteran in this league. Worked out during the bye week because of some of the injury issues that happened at that wide receiver position for the Niners. He was a 2016 fifth-round pick for the Tennessee Titans after playing his college ball at UMass and has a lot of experience at the NFL level. 117 grabs for nearly 1,400 yards and 8 touchdowns. A pretty good practice squad addition for the San Francisco 49ers. Speaking of this game on Sunday Night Football against the Los Angeles Chargers, go Chargers! Arnold Schwarzenegger, suck on that San Fran pack. The betting odds here. Over-under set for 46.5, and the Niners, because the Chargers are so banged up, are the favorites here at 7.5. So you take a look at the betting odds here. Now we'll ask you to predict the score. I think the Niners win by 10. 30-20 is my prediction. I want to hear your predictions in the comment section right now. It should be a dub against the Chargers, and if the Niners don't win this game, I will be in shambles. All right, let's start taking your questions and your super chats here on the show. Jonathan Reese kicking things off here. All about stopping the run and the screen game for LA. Yeah, and obviously Justin Herbert is a fantastic player. And you got to be able to stop the pass too. The big play threat ability from Justin Herbert, it is dangerous. And it's always something that you have to be wary of. And for the Niners, on the opposite side of that, Jonathan Reese, the Chargers are giving up 5.7 yards per carry. That's the worst in the NFL. Expect a ground and pound attack for the Niners. And with that, of course, they're going to be able to control the clock. Words of wisdom. What up? Which Bosa has a better game, brother versus brother? Well, Joey Bosa is still injured because of that groin issue. But either way, if they were both playing, I still think Nick Bosa is the better edge, and I don't think it's really close. Chualor, how can the 49ers destroy Khalil Mack? With some double teams, with some blockers getting out in space on some of those pull blocks. Those are a couple of ways in which the Niners can at least limit him. I don't think he's going to be a massive factor. You look at what the Niners have been able to do against some premier edge rushers in this league, like Aaron Donald. They're able to neutralize them with how this scheme is kind of put together by head coach Kyle Shanahan, but also the game planning. And I do expect that the Niners are going to have a pretty good plan of attack going up against Khalil Mack, especially coming off the bye week with an extra week to prepare. Steve Cass, what's going on, Steve? Can the defense stop the run without Eric Armstead and Javon Kinlaw? When Eric Armstead is on the field, the Niners have a terrific run defense. Without him on the field, they struggle a lot. And it is really notable without him. Now, Javon Kinlaw doesn't have the same impact that Eric Armstead has. Eric Armstead, excuse me. You said Armstrong. Eric Armstead is one of the best run-stopping defensive tackles in the NFL. So a lot of people like to say, he makes way too much money. Eric Armstead isn't all that good. He is, and it's as evidenced by the numbers of the Niners' struggles against the run without him. But I do think they're going to be okay. Gabriel Martinez, why don't the Niners trade Jimmy G for Tom Brady and put Trey Lance as quarterback number 2? Well, the NFL trade deadline is passed, Gabriel Martinez. So you can't trade Jimmy G after this year because he's going to be a free agent. You could do a sign and trade, and if Tom Brady no longer wants to play for the Bucs, he would have to do a sign and trade as well. But both of them being free agents makes that a little bit difficult to actually maneuver. Extremely Average Gaming, my man, thank you for your $5 super chat. And with that, I'll give you a San Francisco. Who do you think has the best opportunity to help the Niners win? Jimmy G or Trey Lance when he returns? Well, Lance isn't going to be back until 2023. And I've said this a lot. I think that Lance is the more dangerous quarterback who gives you opportunities to be a more explosive and less predictable offense. I just want to see what the kid can do. Unfortunately for him, going all the way back to 2019, NFL and in college, he started to combine like 21 games. That's a big problem. Josh McBride, George Kittle, number 85, needs to be more involved. I agree. I'd like to see him more involved. And now that Trent Williams has returned, hopefully George Kittle can be less of a blocker and be utilized more as a pass catcher. We finally saw that a little bit against the Rams 2 weeks ago, in which he was able to give this offense a pretty good pass-catching option. But I agree. When he's involved more, the Niners offense is just much more dangerous. So who you got in this game? Let us know right now in the comment section. Are you going with the Niners? Do you like the Chargers? Let us know in the comment section. SF for San Francisco, LAC for the Chargers. All right, we'll give you some shout-outs here. If you want us to stay alive, send in a super chat. Prime Jimmy G is your QB1. Trey is your backup from Randy. It's a hot take, but we allow hot takes here on the show. Who you got? Yazan. Going with the Niners. Josh McBride, FLA. I love it. Shane, AZ Niners Empire. It's going to be something to see Debo, CMC, and Kittle all on the field together. Yeah. Imagine OBJ being in that mix as well. That'd be nuts. Michael Upshur, Niners. Todd Lee, San Francisco. Sniper Junkie, San Francisco. Ellis 10, Ryan with the Niners. David V, 63, San Francisco. Eddie Griss, SF all the way. Satyrus, 49ers, of course, bang, bang. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a 30-20 win for the Niners. What is the status of Greenlaw and Armstead? Don't expect Armstead back, Patriot fighter. Greenlaw, we'll see with that calf injury, but hopefully you get Azeez Al-Shire back as we just talked about. Lil Lou, San Fran, you know it. Gregory Schneider, San Francisco. Speaking of that chant, here is our super chat menu. 2 minutes to get in any super chats. If you don't send in a super chat in 2 minutes, we'll sign off. If you send in a super chat, we will stay live. And here is our super chat menu. All super chats get a shout out. $5 will give you the chant. $10 will spin the wheel. We've done that a couple of times. $20 or more will put your name on the minor helmet. Couple of those today. David V as well as Haha. The two newest additions right here. The number to beat, they get this sent to you, $100 super chat. $50, a shotgun or a freedom funnel.
David Blanco is bringing up a good question. He said, do you think that the OBJ would be a good locker room fit?
I'm not too worried about that. Guys with the Rams were raving about him. Teammates really like him. I think that's like a respect thing with what he's been able to do in the NFL, but also just how good of a player that he is. And I think that he's changed his attitude and his maturity a little bit. So I wouldn't really worry about that, David. I wouldn't. All right, 1 minute left to get any super chats in. If not, we'll sign off. Just got done with class for the afternoon, gaming with Nate 25. Hope class went well today, my guy. Kenny going stationary from Caleb? What do you mean by that? David Blanco, thanks. We got you. Randy Daytona, even if Jimmy Garoppolo wins the Super Bowl, I believe he's gone. Probably, unless he just goes on this torrid stretch. Wow, that's crazy, Anthony. You saw that at a party? That'd be nuts. All right, 20 seconds left to get any super chats in. If not, we'll sign off. 20 seconds left to get any super chats in. If no super chats, hey, we'll sign off, and that means that you saved your money for our Sunday watch party. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Any super chats that come in, we stay alive. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Mr. Black Ice beats the bell. Eddie Griss said real one roll call. And then Mr. Black Ice, really good timing. Real one roll call. So any of our injured guys will play. Yeah, a lot of them have a good opportunity to play. Dust with the $2 super chat. Let's go. Are we still going after OBJ? We talked about that a little bit earlier. Jay Glazer saying over the weekend the 49ers could be in a bidding war for OBJ services. So we'll see. John Lynch also said he's a great player. We'll never say no. So something to, of course, monitor over the next couple of days, maybe weeks. Randy Daytona, a real one. We reset the shot clock here. Let's reset it. We are $42 away, by the way. Oh, we reset the shot clock again. Ellis 10. Now we are exactly $40 away from $100 in super chats. If we get there, if we get to $100, I'll drink a beer out of the Niners beer mug. How about that? But can we get there in 2 minutes? Can we get to $100 in 2 minutes? That's my deal for the faithful. $100 in 2 minutes, I'll drink a beer out of the Niners beer mug. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. $100, which means we need to pick up 40 in the next 2 minutes. I'll drink a beer out of the Niners beer mug. Ellis 10, bang, bang, Niner gang. 35-24. I like it. They're a 7.5-point favorite. So an 11-point victory, it'll allow us to have a nice little calm Sunday. Rickster with the $2 super chat. Let's go. Rickster. Didn't even say anything. We appreciate your donation. I'll spin the wheel as a little bit of a discount. That gets us to $38 away from 100. Gospel with 2 as well. I'll just spin the wheel. All right, we got to impersonate Arnold Schwarzenegger. Go Chargers! Yeah. You know who the real team in California is? It's the San Francisco 49ers, Arnold. Gospel artist created
Suck
for
it, Schwartzy.
Yeah, $2 super chat. We'll spin the wheel for you as well, my guy. Randy Daytona, I feel like I'm at the casino. That's funny. Push-ups again. All right, more push-ups. Trace will turn the camera around. How many should I do? 20 or 10? Let me know. First one that I see, I'll do them. 20 or 10? Eddie Griss, exactly. This is how you know our relationship is tight. I brought y'all some supers. Eddie, you're the man. Extremely average gaming, 20. All right, say less. I'll do it. 20 super chat or 20 push-ups, I should say.
20.
Because of that super chat.
Ready?
All right, here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and he's going to hold it. Don't go. Don't move. Keep holding it. Don't quit now. Don't quit. There we go. There's 20.
There's 20. 20 for the homies.
20 for the real ones.
Words of wisdom with the 5. Let's go. Now we're at $69 in super chats. Very nice. How much? I like.
Very nice. Great success.
Great success.
I like a lot.
Randy Daytona. Brandon is killing it right now. I just bought gas. It was almost $2 cheaper. I guess today is election day. Dude's form is just as good as his beer shotguns. Thank you, Jeffrey. Yeah, do plank push-ups. That's what I was doing with the little hold there. Did we get that $5 super chat?
No, but we just got another $2. Oh, we didn't pop that up, no. But
yeah, words of wisdom. The man, the myth, the legend. By the way, I'm going to send you guys that letter, words of wisdom. So hopefully I get that to y'all over the weekend. I was in Florida this past weekend on vacation for my stepdad's 80th birthday, so wasn't able to go to the post office, but I got y'all. Let's show that words of wisdom one. Oh, shoot. Sorry. I thought that was the same super chat. So, words of wisdom, I got you. Can I get a let's go, Brandon? Let's go, Brandon! San Francisco! Gospel artist created for a $2 super chat. You think Trey will play again this season? No, he's already out for the year. That's been determined, unfortunately. I wish, but he will be out for the rest of the year. It sucks, man. It really does. All right. $29 away from $100 in super chats. We get there, I'll drink a beer out of the Niners beer mug. Any big ballers out there want to help us get to 100?
Come on. Maybe we'll even freestyle for you guys.
Yeah, we could freestyle. 16 Bar King, where you at? Where is Kinlaw? Robert, still injured with that knee. He's ended up being a massive bust, man. A massive bust. Jeffrey Tucker, let's not talk politics. We're not talking politics. I said it's election day.
It's a super chat.
Let's go. Brandon is for Brandon Ayuk, man.
Yeah, the super chat came in.
Let's talk how badass the offense is going to be with CMC, Debo, Ayuk, and Kittle. It's going to be badass, Jeffrey. It's going to be really good. And to surround Jimmy Garoppolo with that many weapons, look, he's like a pretty average quarterback, middle tier in the NFL. But if you surround him with that many legitimate weapons, take some pressure off of him. Randy Daytona, parked outside of Grant's house. Are you outside of Grant Cohn's house? He actually followed me on Twitter a couple weeks ago. I was like, this is awesome. Eddie Griss, What Noodle can help us get to the hundo and soups. What Noodle is one of our diehard Niners Report subscribers and supporters. Here is our Super Chat menu. $29 left to get to 100. All Super Chats get a shout out. $5. San Francisco. $10 will spin the wheel. $20 or more will put your name on the Miner helmet. And for a $50 Super Chat, shotgun or a Freedom Funnel. All right. Maul and Collie, you mentioned the clown logging off. I don't know who you're talking about.
I saw Josh McBride was in the chat. He was also in our Ravens vs. Saints live stream last night, showing some love. So shout out,
nice.
John. Shout out, Johnny boy.
2 minutes. Oh! Hydrate. Oh! Let's go! Wow. Oh, Jared!
Oh, snap.
Let's go!
That's 100.
Let's go. All right,
10 from we.
Somebody in the office is gonna fill up the Niner mug.
$10 from we.
Hold
Just
on.
$10 straight up. Appreciate you, brother.
We Tran, let's go.
San Francisco.
From producer Trizzy.
But wait, we got to show him. David V. Today's MVP is David V63, of course. So we had to get him some love. Had to. And then Jared. Oh,
Jared.
Oh, Jared.
Your pick. Shout out to the Yay area. So, Jared, we're going to put a JC on the minor helmet. Let's go.
Sean Choice wants to know who you're rooting for in the World Cup.
USA. You kidding me?
USA, 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 USA.
All right, Jared, going to put a JC on the minor helmet now. This thing is filling up. The number to beat to get this sent to somebody, $100 super chat from Ruben during that Rams game. This thing is awesome, by the way. Niner logo on the side. All the stickers of initials for $20 or more super chats. It's filling up quick. Once it gets filled up, we're going to send it to the biggest solo super chatter. Extremely average gaming for push-ups, hold chase, real one. All right, I'll give you 10, brother. Abby's coming in with the Niners beer mug, and I'll drink this. Thank you, Abby. Appreciate that. So, yeah, I'll give you some push-ups. I'll give you 10 for that last one, and I'll hold on the last one.
If you wanted to chug with his
yeah, Jared got us over 100, so I'll chug some of this beer here.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
What just happened?
$100.
No way!
Holy shit! Wait. First, Lanny, $2.
Lanny, $2. Biggest liability this season. Jimmy or the injured D. I would say Jimmy. Just because he goes on these lulls, right, where he plays well, and then that lull where he plays poorly. He's so sporadic as a quarterback, and if he were to play poorly in that one solo game, that could cost the Niners a win in the playoffs. That could cost them the division when they play in Seattle on Thursday Night Football later on in the year. I'd say it's Jimmy G. Hamlet! Where'd you come from?
Hamlet!
Let's go! Hamlet tying Ruben's record for a $100 super chat.
I'm going to go get the freedom
Hamlet,
funnel.
all you had to do was send in 101 to beat Ruben. That's it.
I'm gonna go get the freedom funnel.
Trace is gonna do the freedom funnel. He's gonna do a freedom funnel. I have to work on chugging this beer for everybody.
Wow.
Hamlet, we're putting your name on the minor helmet. I'm gonna put your whole thing on there. Hamlet Solus. Let's see. Shoot, I gotta try to fit this on there. Hamlet Solus. A legend. All right, I don't think I can fit it. I'm just going to put HS. HS, let's go. Thank you so much. If you're new to the show, thank you so much. We haven't seen a super chat come in from Hamlet, I don't think, but the big baller comes through. And because of that, Trace, he's going to drink a beer out of a freedom funnel, and I'll continue to chug my beer out of the Niners mug. Ellis10 called Hamlet a legend. Facts. Everybody type Hamlet in the comment section. I'm going to put that in the chat here. You could type HS if you want. No way.
Yeah.
Hamlet. Hamlet Solus, today's MVP. We got to make you a custom graphic as well. Tony Montana. Tony Montana. Tony Montana. What a way to vibe with the Niner gang and the faithful on a very windy Tuesday here in enemy sheep territory. You're in LA. It's windy out there. Hamlet, today's MVP, and your name on the minor helmet.
Hamlet.
Let's go.
All right.
Trace is going to do his freedom funnel, and I'm chugging the beer out of the mug.
Cheers.
Three beers in here. I'm about a little more than halfway down.
Holy shit.
Oh, extremely average gaming. I see. He said, money was for the last hold on the push-ups.
Cold.
You good, you misunderstood. My man, I appreciate that.
Holy shit, that's cold.
All right. I think we caught up on everything else. We got the JC on there. Sure. We got the Hamlet on there. Lanny, extremely average gaming
you said you did
for the push-up hold. No, he said for the hold he sent that in. I don't have to do another one.
Gotcha.
So I got you.
Gotcha.
Haha, these guys literally get paid to drink. Yeah,
and
about 1 or 2 days a week. 1 or 2 days a week.
Amongst other things.
Yeah, amongst other things. We do put in a lot of work. And we do work like 10 to 12 hours a day, but
we work hard and we play harder.
Exactly.
Thanks, Mom.
Raymond, $1.
Raymond!
We'll give you a shout out too. I'll spin the wheel for you, Raymond. Spinning the wheel for Raymond.
Jeffrey Tucker. They get paid to be cool as fuck. Damn right.
Hell yeah. Raymond with another one. Another one. Landed on Go Chargers. Go Chargers. Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Niners are coming for that Chargers pack. What up?
Smoking that herb pack.
Yes, sir. All right. $216 in Super Chats. I think we can sign off. Words of wisdom. Trizzy, did you get a haircut? Don't touch the chops, bro. That's your power, man. He didn't touch the chops, but the haircut looks great.
Yeah. I got a haircut. Had to clean it up for old girl. Old lady needed it cleaned up. But we got the chops. We're still good. The sideburns ain't going nowhere. We're keeping them there. Don't you worry.
You're right. The chops are the Trizzy special. Harley Gray saying, "Hey." Is that for the Tony Montana? Hey.
Or is all those emojis?
Arnold, stop it. Get out of here. Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
All right. Let's send the shot clock to 2 minutes again. Last 2-minute one, and then if we get Super Chats, we'll reset, and then we're going to go to 1 minute after that. So any more Super Chats that come in, we'll stay live because we like chopping it up with the faithful, man. This is the place to hang out. This is the place.
Is this the first Niners live stream we've had in like 3 weeks that we haven't had to do a freestyle?
Yeah. Because we just changed it up.
Yeah.
Someone dropped a 101.
Also 16 Bar King ain't in there.
Yeah, 16 Bar King ain't here today. Words of wisdom. Somebody drop a 101. Somebody drops a 101. That's the new number to beat to get this sent to you from us.
So
once it's all filled up.
How are we going to do it if we have two people who have sent $100? Are we just going to flip a coin?
Flip a coin, I guess.
There we go.
Could be 101 and a cent that beats it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
David Blanco, 101, 101, 101. All right, we're about a minute into our final shot clock here. And if you have questions, get them in the chat, and we'll just continue to talk.
Words of wisdom. I just want to say, man, everyone, like you said, needs to be typing 101.
Yeah.
You said it best. Yeah. Everyone needs to type it. Eddie Griss is typing 101.
Yeah. Extremely Average Gaming. Hamlet, the MVP, should request a freestyle. Hamlet is lit. When I rock a Niners jersey, that's a part of my kit. To everybody out there, I love you all. The 49ers against the Chargers, San Francisco finna ball. There's your rhyme.
San Fran finna ball. C-Mac finna eat. That man Hamlet soulless. His super chat can't be beat. He sent in 100. Now everyone's typing 101. And here on the Niners Report, Chase and Trizzy have some fun.
Yep. Yep. Let's go. Bang, bang, Niner gang. All right, 10 seconds left. 10 seconds left.
Hey, Jeffrey Tucker said if I had the funds, I'd hook you guys
it's
up
all
with
good,
best Niners
Jeffrey.
content. Bro,
subscribe, comment, like the video. That's it.
Jeffrey, you just being here is enough support, man.
Paul Gaines said 102. That would put you in the lead.
It'd put you even further in the lead.
Technically true. Fire, just like the Niners and the Niner faithful. It's bang, bang, Niner gang. That's
yeah.
That's why is his name escaping me right now? Who has that song? The legendary rapper. It's bang, bang, Niner gang.
E40?
E40. How could I forget?
Let's say it's E40, ain't it?
Maybe at the buzzer would get the 101.
Maybe.
Well, the buzzer has sounded. And with that, Paul Gaines, I see you with that E40. Bad job by me, man. I was in Florida. I drank like 5 days in a row, now 6. I'll give you another chug. Last opportunity. Kind of cheating to get those supers in, but we'll cheat.
They always say, play dirty, don't get caught.
Yeah, 6 days in a row of drinking. I couldn't remember E40. My brain is fried. Little Lou.
He don't know what he don't know.
Jonathan Lamont, real one. Earl Stevens, Paul Gaines. Yes, his real name. Great show as always. You guys bring it. Thanks, Words of Wisdom. All right, we are going to sign off. Ghost Ride the Whip. We out of here. We're Ghost Riding the Whip, and we're about to sign off. To everybody who tuned into the show today, thank you very much. We talked OBJ. We talked Justin Fields versus Trey Lance. We previewed this game against the Los Angeles Chargers. San Francisco, 7.5-point favorites at Levi's Stadium. They have lost 3 consecutive games on Sunday Night Football. But hey, we're about to dip out because that does it for another 49ers Report live in the books. To all of you who tuned in, we appreciate it. Today's MVP, Hamlet Solis, with the $100 super chat. Oh, David Blanco! 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 David Blanco. Let's go. This is funny, actually. In 2 weeks, we'll add Levi's south of the border to our stadium list. Yes. Mexico City going to be taken over by the faithful. It's going to be taken over. And that's a Cardinals home game. So the Niners this year basically have an extra home game because of that. And the Cardinals right now are free falling. Tupac Niner song, Death Row. Oh, Death Row is a great song, David Corona. Great song. Raymond, do you think McCaffrey should go back to 22 now that Jeff Wilson has been traded? He can't switch in season. So he would have to do it after the year. But honestly, that number 23 is icy. Mike Concho, what did I miss? You missed a lot, man. We talked the latest on OBJ, Justin Fields versus Trey Lance. We previewed this Chargers game. We took some questions. We got a $100 super chat from Hamlet and Mike. Now we're about to dip, but it's all good. We'll see you Sunday for the watch party. Faithful, we out. Words of wisdom. Good thing I made you guys honorary Mexicans last week. Practice the grito. That's the Mexican grito. Okay, salute to everybody. Peace. We'll catch you tomorrow here on the show.